Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So the first thing I did was I applied my setting spray from Zikel Cosmetics. Then I went in with my primer from still Zikel Cosmetics. Okay. Then I'm using a foundation from Zikel. I'm a Zikel baby anyway. Okay, so I'm just taking my time to dab in my foundation. um I'm just taking my time to avoid breakouts, and her smile lines. Whenever someone has an obvious smile lines like my muse, what you do, you ask them to pout their mouth so you can get the smile lines covered. Okay, so next thing, I'm moving in with a concealer from Ferracruci on the bridge of her nose, underneath her eyes. Then I have to dab. What we're doing there, we're actually highlighting that spot. Take note of the spot I am highlighting. It's not going beyond that path, more like a V. It doesn't go beyond that part. So I'm doing a contour on her nose path. Okay, I'm doing the contour. So I use my beauty blender to dab. My beauty blender is actually very soft, so it gives me the feel I want. It gives me that vibe. I'll do same on this other side. And I dab. So I'm using a dry powder, a darker shade, to go all over the corner of her nose. Okay, if you watch, it's just the bridge of her nose that is highlighted, while the corner is being contoured. Okay, I'm using a powder from Zikel. Their dry powder, their compact powder. So I'm taking in my powder. I just apply the powder on her smile line. I don't want those breakouts there. So I'm using a setting powder from Sasha. So I went close to her contour line on her nose, her contour line on her nose. If you watch where I took my setting powder close to, so as to really make it that pointed, and also reduce the dark patch if it's too dark. I took it very close. Look at it, very close to her nose line. Okay, that's it. So underneath her eyes, on her chin, I'll be applying some there. Then on the bridge of her nose, I will be using setting powder there. Yeah. Okay, that's it. So we'll just let the face bake. Then I move over to my brows. I just do a straight lining, like a very light lining, you see, just very light. That's to get, if you really want to get a light brows, you can do this. Okay, then I'm using my brow gel is LA, is an LA brow gel. Okay, LA gel. So I'll be lining the top. If you watch, I didn't start from the beginning. I started almost halfway from the top path. Then I'm doing stroking all through from the back to the front. I'm doing a stroking there. Okay. So I'm not feeling, I didn't feel the brows. I just had to stroke. Okay. That's for that. So would yeah, we'll be doing same the other side. Yeah. My client actually didn't have a brows, so I didn't want to make her face look all different. I really wanted her to still look same. So I'm doing my stroking. I started from the front side this time around. I'm doing my stroking. Yep, and that's it. So I'm going in with a concealer 2 shades lighter than her usual skin, or 3 shades lighter than usual skin. So I try getting a straight line, and then I drag in. I drag it down to her eyelid, making sure my lines are clean. I like my brows very clean. Yeah. So I'm using a darker shade there because I like the front following the contour line from the bridge, the corner of the nose. So I actually use a darker shade there, while the brow bone area I use a lighter shade. Yeah. So I'm using my brush from Zickel. It's a Zickel brush to dab the concealer so that I don't have breakouts. Okay, that's it. Then I'm going in with my powder. I didn't want her eyes shade that's white, so I'm going with my powder, golden color. It has a bit of golden shades down there, so to control the highlights on her brow bone area. I'm using a darker shade, if you notice the front part. So I'm using my concealer to do some stroking on the brows. Sorry you can't see that properly. So I just tap my concealer to fill in the spa area. Yeah, so just a little, the spa area, not the area where I had my strokes, the lines between the stroke. You get my point. So that's where I'm actually filling. So this is actually a feathered brows. It's a feathered brows. So I'll do same the other side. You won't make the concealer too obvious. It's not so nice when the concealer looks too obvious. So I'm using my brow gel. It's a brow filler, sorry, I can't remember the product, but a brow filler to fill the inside. Then my primer to blend, to place on her eyelid. Yep, carefully place. Then my contour, my shadow as my contour on her crease, just on her crease, avoiding the brow bone area. Yep, I dab sometimes you'll be tempted to drag, so I'm just dapping and pulling through. Dab, pull through. Okay, take to the corner. Yep. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. So that's it. So I'm using an orange shadow, an orange eyeshadow to um place on her eyelid. I actually wanted something very calm, but popping for a traditional look, because the look we're creating is for traditional. I didn't want the whole dramatic stuff on her eyes. I wanted something calm but still trad, that will still go for a trad look. Okay. So I just fixed the lash there. Then I do my lining. I try to make sure that the lining is just there. Like, I don't want it stain those stains around the eye. So I'm using that color to go underneath her eyes, so as to enable my mascara pop very well. So I'm using a liquid my liquid glue from I think it's a benign product. So I'll just be going in with my glitters, more like a pigment, but it's better with this, so as to avoid that's a loose star. Am I right? Loose star pigment. So I'm taking it halfway the eye, not the full eye, just halfway. I'm just placing it there. So I added my my powdered shadow. It has more pigment than the first. The first was all matte. This is more pigmented. So I just place at the front side, but still same orange shade. Yeah. So I clean off. And this is the after look. Sorry you didn't get to see the bronzing, the lip, the under eyelash. Yeah, we had some little challenge, but I promise in our next video it's going to be all eye catching. You get the whole details. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more updates of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.